Okay, going live in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now I got the warning sign, so which is not optimal. Thanks, mate, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so I think we are. Let me check. Okay, I think everything is working and done. Okay. Hey, what's up, traders? Welcome to Forex Gym for another daily Forex analysis for today, which is 21st of April. And I'm going to start analyzing currencies. Usually I do analyze 4 currencies. I'll try to make it nice and short and straightforward, and try not to go into too much on wanted details. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. I'm making this daily Forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. If you have any questions, just pop it in a chat on your right hand side, and then I will address them later once I usually check after every currency pairs I analyze. Also, if you want me to analyze any currency pairs which is not mentioned in these 4 currency pairs, so I'm only going to analyze 4 currency pairs, and if I have time, then I'm going to analyze maybe 5th or 6th currency pairs, depending how long it's going to take me to analyze. So first of all, we're going to start with the euro against US dollar, followed by US dollar against Japanese yen, then British pounds against US dollar, and lastly we're going to have US dollar against Canadian dollar. As I said again, let me know if you want me to have any other currency pairs, and I will do that. So I'm having a look at the currency pairs just before. I generally analyze just before I go to live, but I did not have time, so I need to set it up and all that. So this one's gonna be like a very raw analysis, and we're gonna jump in straight to the euro against US dollar. So we're gonna start with this euro against US dollar daily time frames. This is a trading view. Yesterday it caused a bit of a pain. I don't know for the what was the reason. So if it's gonna start loading and it's not going to perform as it should be, then I'm going to jump into the MetaTrader 4 again, because it's way too quicker than the trading view. So this is a daily time frame, and we have this trend line. Also, actually, we have this. Oops. So we have this wedge in here. Let me just draw this trend line. Okay, this is another thing just annoying on there. So we have this wedge in here. Which price is kind of squeezing in the okay. Oops, no, it doesn't really show as much. Let me see. Still, okay, we have this wedge. So the price is kind of now needs to. This one is more of a waiting game. So what the price gonna do? Either gonna like break up or gonna break down. So this is more of an observation purpose for now. We're gonna jump into the short time frames and gonna analyze, see what we have it in here. As of the bigger trend, we can say that it's down rather than it's up, but because we had these moves now up and down, so this price came up in the retracement, it's going to this mode, and we have these 2 trend lines kind of wedge. So it's gonna see where it's gonna break, either gonna break up or gonna break down. So let's drill down to the shorter time frame and see what we have. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame, and sometimes even when it's on a daily time frame, we don't have maybe much not going on the daily time frame, but when we go to the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame, there are still like the potential trading opportunities. We can have a look at this. So we can see that the price now has come down to this area. We got this low here, and the price found support down here, and now we are putting, so okay, this candle is just started, so it's good 55 minutes before it's closed, but we have this good 4-hourly bearish candle. However, it's sitting on this support, so we're gonna see whether, and this is this choppy range now, whether it's gonna go up, and probably gonna be up to here, or if it's gonna show some strength towards downside, ideally it's gonna start breaking this trend line here, and then we're gonna be jumping onto the short side for a longer term longer term target. But for now, we're gonna see what it's gonna do. I do want to see, excuse me. I do want to see maybe a bit more push up, and then I'll be most likely getting onto this, up to this. It's going to be the target somewhere up here. This is the choppy range, so until it's broken, either this one or maybe these either two of them, then we're going to trade on the choppy range, which is one of the highs or lows, depending where it's gonna where the price is heading. At the moment, probably more likely to the buy side, but I don't want to see a bit more strength. So we need to go to the 1 hourly time frame for this one and see what we have to know 1 hourly time frames. I do see the potentials. Okay, on the 1 hourly it doesn't look that good. It looks pretty weak on a 1 hourly time frame. Because we have this 1 hourly strong bearish candle, and then followed by these three very weak candles here. Which generally signals that the price is kind of like a retracement. Price can come up, so it's sitting on this like small resistance here, so the price might just break down. So either we're gonna wait, or if it shows some strength, let's say if it pushes higher and shows some strength, then on a retracement I will be getting into the long side, but it won't be too far. So as of the oops, this is actually 2 hourly time frame. I need 1 hour time frame. I don't trade on a 2 hour time frame. I trade on a 1 hourly, 4 hourly, daily, and higher time frames. So it's a similar picture really. So if the price already came up here, I do want to see a bit more strength, and then I will be looking for the longer term long side play, but only up to the one of these highs. So let's see if the price comes up. This is the next resistance zone. If the price comes up here at 108.55, and then it will have a retracement. Let's see, down to 55 to 45, so it will be like a 10 pip retracement. So but the price comes down to here at 108.45, then we would be looking for the long side. As of the stop loss is concerned, we do not want to give it too much. Probably about 12 pips, maybe 15 pips stop loss. 12 to 15 pips stop loss. That's the target, and then we can see what is the range of that. So if we get onto 108.45, the target's gonna be we need to target for the 4 hourly time frames. So let's see what we have on 4 hourly time frame. Then we can anticipate what's because we need to look for the risk reward. This is very important. So 108.45, and if we get onto there, we can run it to up to these highs. So one of these highs here, 108.45, so 108.75. So we'll be like about 30 pips. So we need to give it about the 15 pips will be the maximum stop loss, ideally less. But of course you're risking to getting stopped out. If the tighter the stop loss, then there's a higher chance you're gonna get stopped out. But then the other side of that is you're gonna have a good risk reward. So if let's say you give it 10 pip stop loss, which is allowable, I can definitely see giving it 10 pips, maybe even 12 pips if you want to cut it a bit shorter. Then you can increase your size. So you're looking for 1 to 3 risk rewards. Personally, I don't take anything less than 1 to 3, so it has to be 1 to 3 risk rewards. So I personally will be looking at the 10 pip stop loss. So we're gonna get on to 108.45, 10 to 15, so 10, 12, 15 pip stop loss, and the target's gonna be at 108.75 area. So it's about up to this high. So it's a 4 hourly highs. So this will be it for the euro against US dollar, and what else we have? US dollar against Japanese yen. Let's go to the US dollar against Japanese yen, USDJPY. And we're gonna start analyzing for the USDJPY. Right, let's jump into this JPY. Oops. Yeah, it's still loading pretty slow compared to the MetaTrader 4. I do see that it's performing well, but I still want to test this trading view because I know that a lot of people, a lot of traders using the trading view. So for the USDJPY, start with a daily time frame, and we're gonna drill down to the shorter time frames such as 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame, and we're gonna analyze the entries, exits, and the targets and the stop losses. So US dollar, Japanese yen. So we got this now it's coming down nicely. So when the price came up to these highs up here, it didn't quite get to this high actually. We had this aggressive reaction towards downside, then followed by a pullback, and then came down again to test this low. It, however, did fail to take out this low, and then after it came down here, it has another aggressive, not the aggressive, but another pullback, and now we can see that it's coming down. If you follow my videos on my channel that I did upload yesterday, one of the videos I did mention about self-awareness, that I have this trade on the US dollar against Japanese yen, which I got into I think it was somewhere, I can't remember what it was, somewhere down here, and the price going to about 2 pips close to my stop loss, but luckily it did not nick me. So this is like good about self-awareness, to make sure to check it out. You can see everything on the on that video. So what I talk about, it's only about 5 minutes video, so it's not going to take much time. So let's go have a look at the. So the price is coming down, and there's a good chance that if the price comes down, there's a good chance the price is going to break this low here, which I am awaiting. So if the price comes down, there's a good chance this going to break this low, because it's been already tested once, and this is going to be another try. It's a good chance. Of course, price can turn around and go up, but we're going to rely on technicals in here. And if it's going to break it, then we're going to be looking, let's drill down to the shorter time frame and see what we have it in there. So 4-hourly time frame, if it's gonna okay, so it's coming down nicely for now. As of the 4-hourly time frames are concerned, it will be safer if you're gonna wait and see if it's gonna break the area or not. But again, if you're gonna take a bit more risk, then you can just jump into any retracement. If it's gonna have another retracement towards upside, then you can jump into the short side. So let's drill down to that 1-hourly time frame, and then we're gonna discuss more. So it's coming down. So far, it's coming down nicely. So I do see a good potential that price is going to start breaking that daily lows, which I mentioned earlier. So if it's going to load, and I'm going to analyze. Yeah, this is a pain on the. I don't know why it's taking so much time loading, because the internet is pretty good. So it might be the computer. Okay, so it's coming down pretty nicely. Maybe when the price comes down here, it might have a reaction. So this one acts as a nice, should be a nice support down here. And if it has a reaction, there will be a chance to get onto the short side. So if the price, let's say, comes down here, I do want to see that close of this 1-hourly candle before I even commit to get onto the short side. Most likely I'm not going to be taking this trade, because I'm already short on the US dollar Japanese yen, and the price has not moved as much that that I'm gonna move my stops. So I can't really allow to move the stop loss, because it has to come down further, maybe down to 10700s that I moved the stop loss. So I can't really add the unit yet. But I do see the potential if the price comes down and closes something like what is it now. So it's nice strong bearish candle for now, it looks like, but it has good 45 minutes before this candle is closed. So if it closes like this and the retracement towards, let me see, so now the price is sitting at 38. So if it retraces somewhere about this zone, 107.45, but it needs to come down a bit more. It's too close to this highs yet. So if it comes down a bit more, somewhere around 107.30 zone, then a retracement to 107.45, then we can justify getting into the short side. And as of the stop losses goes, so if we enter at 107.45, then we can easily justify a 10. Yeah, we can easily justify a 10 pip stop loss on this one, even go to 12, 10 to 15 pip stop loss. Give it about 10-15 pip stop loss. We can justify 10-15 pip stop loss. So as of the targets, let's jump into the 4-hourly time frame and see what we have it at the 4-hourly time frame. Again, if it's gonna load, I'll go euro, US dollar, and then British pounds after that. Yeah, the loading does not look good. Yeah, I need to bear with me a second on this one because it takes time to load. Right, come on. I don't know if it's actually common to for the trading view to load that slow, or is it? It's definitely not the internet because I checked it and the speed is for the upload speed is more than 20 megabytes per second, which is decent. But I know it's live streaming and takes a lot of energy, but it's still shouldn't take that much. Okay, it's loaded now. So as of the targets, if we get onto the 107.45 with a 10 pip stop loss, you can either play safe and take it off at 107.05 or 107.10, or leave the trade run. I'm going to personally leave the trade run. My target is way further down on the daily, I believe it was a daily time frame as of the targets. So if yeah, I don't play it safe on this particular occasion, so I have that target down further down to, I believe it's down here at 104.60 zone. Yeah, my target, I'm gonna leave it to down to this zone at 105, 105, 104.50. 104.60. My target's gonna be down to, my target is already down to this area. So if the price, if it breaks this zone, there's a good chance that it's going to come down. It might have a reaction on this zone, and if it has a mild retracement, I'm going to put another unit. So I'm going to have a second unit add to this position, which I already have one. So I'm going to add this second position, and then after going to run it to target. That's how you increase your risk reward. So once the trade comes down and you can move your stop loss, if you move to the break even, you're gonna have no risk on that one, and you put another position which is gonna be the, let's say, same risk. So let's say the first unit you put it, let's say you use the 25 pip stop loss. So once that price moves to a direction, then you can move that stop loss on the first unit to break even, so there's no risk on it. And then when you put the second unit and you use the, let's say, 25 pip stop loss, your risk has not really changed. It's exactly the same risk. It just psychologically does not feel that way, because if you've been sitting on that trade for, let's say, a good couple of days, you think that you have deserve that to get, you want to get money out of it because you kind of invested in that trade. And that's why it's difficult when most people are hesitant to put the trade because you don't want to lose, because you invested already so much time and you're waiting for that trade to work out. And when it's going nicely in your favor, you don't want to put another trade, and in case if it comes up and then you get stopped out, so you're gonna not only just not make money if you're gonna hit, because your first unit is gonna be on a break even, so you're not gonna make money on that one, and on top of that you're gonna lose that 25 pips which is on the second unit. So psychologically it's been very difficult to deal with it, but if you look at for the bigger picture, you're gonna be better better to do that kind of add the units rather than just get scared. It's difficult, but after the couple of years, it's gonna get easier and easier. So you're not gonna have that urge to save on that trade. So yeah, just comes with the experience, and you need to invest time in it. Right. Okay, I forgot now. Did I mention? Yeah, I didn't mention the targets and stop losses on this one. As I said, I'm going to hold it down to this 104.60. But if you want to play it safe, you can take your take your profit down to that 107.10. But personally, I'm going to hold it down to here. So the next currencies, let's jump into British pounds against the US dollar, GBP, USD. Let's say I want to make it short, but it's already been 20 minutes. Damn it. So cable, British pounds against US dollar. Again, if it's gonna let it to load, part of the business takes a bit long. Okay, it's nice and loaded. So we're gonna start with a daily time frame. It's still going nicely up as of the bigger or semi big, because we have this downtrend, and it's kind of still retracement. Even though we have this nice strong move up here, it still needs to come up. Probably after it's breaking to these highs, then I will be looking definitely again to the long side on the way bigger pictures of the swing trades. But for now, the prices looks like it's just retracing. Now it came down to these highs, which acting as support. So it's been tested already last couple of days, and it's already came down another test yesterday by looking at this candle, and now it's kind of looking like it wants to break it. But we need to go to 4-hourly time frame and see what we get, what we got on the 4-hourly time frame. See what are the potentials for the day trades. In here, most likely probably going to be short side, but I do need to have a look at them. Yeah, I haven't even checked these the currencies yet. I generally do check it before I analyze, but this is more like a very raw analysis. So the way I look at the charts, you just see how I look at the charts. The only difference is when I look at it by myself, I just not talk about it, just think. So now I'm just talking to you because I'm on the live stream, and I hope that will helps with the analysis. I remember on my early days when I was looking how the other traders analyze as well, it was helpful. But then you need to come up with your own terms, how you look at the charts and all that, which comes again with the time. It's not gonna happen within a day or a couple of weeks or a month. So okay, this is a 4-hour time frame as British pounds against US dollar. So for as of the short terms, it does going down nicely. So let's have a look at where it might be heading. For now, it's looking decent, strong for the downside. Potentially, it's gonna head to these. Okay, down to 123.60. We are sitting right now at 124. So this one's gonna be a nice area to target. 123.70 would be the nice area to target down to these lows here. We can see we got loads of price action going on in here. We have a lot of price action, so there's a good chance that the price is going to gravitate towards this area here. So let's drill down to the 1-hourly time frame, and let's see what are the potential for the entries and what are the stop losses on that particular trade. So 23.70, as I said, 23.70. So that will be looking about 45 pip stop loss, 45 pip target. So we need to keep the stop relatively low. So on this particular occasion, so we can see that now the price is kind of pushing it higher, but it does not looking strong. So there's a good chance the price maybe push a little bit higher, maybe on this hour and the next hour, and then start going down. There's no major news out today, so it's not much to worry about as of the planned news. So for this one, it could be the price want to gravitate towards the 124.30. So another 15 pips. We got these lows down here, a spike, and there's a decent enough resistance for the price to come up and stop there. So okay, let me just 124.30 zone. So as of the entry, we 124.30 as of the entry. So it's only what, 20 pips away. So it's not that far. 20 pips away. 124.30, and as of the stop loss gonna go, we're gonna look. Yeah, we're gonna look for a 20 pip stop loss on this one. So 124.30, and we're gonna run it to 123.70. So that's 60 pips gain, and a risk is 20 pips. So again, 1 to 3 risk reward, which is really good. But again, if you want to give it extra 5 or 10 pips, you can. But then you're not gonna have as good a risk reward. But there's gonna be a higher chance of the price gonna make its way towards the target. So let's jump into the next currency, and the last one, which is US dollar against Canada, USDCAD. USDCAD. So let's see what's going on the US dollar Canadian side. And we also need a daily time frames. Okay, it's loading again. Yeah, also if you let me know in the comment section below which one generally you use, what platform you normally use. Is it the TradingView or the MetaTrader 4 or 5, depending whichever I use, just for that curiosity. I just wonder, I know that a lot of people use the TradingView, and also I know a lot of people use the MetaTrader 4. I personally use the MetaTrader 4, find it easier to use rather than the other platforms. I tried also the MetaTrader 5, but I did not particularly like it. So just let me know in the comments later on after this video, or you can let me know in the chats. It'll be interesting to know which platforms generally you guys use. Okay, this one is loading, such a pain. Okay, didn't even load it properly. So the Canada live streaming. Yeah, I got this warning, the optimal resolution. Okay, fine, it's loaded. So US dollar Canada, starting with the daily time frames. Let's see, we got this trend line, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this was broken. Okay, so forget about this. So on the Canada, it does looking nice. It's going make its way up nicely. So we got this resistance area up here, which price looking nice and strong. It's going the way up here. Maybe wants to even break this area here. Probably not going to have much of a trouble to do that the way it's looking now as of the daily time frames. But let's go to look at the shorter time frames. Let's look at the 4-hour time frames. Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's going nicely so far. I do want to see, so this is a strong resistance, so I might have a problem too. So 140 to 35 as of the next resistance. Yeah, it does looking pretty strong. There's loads of price action going on in the 4-hourly time frames, so we could target as this area as a target. Let's see if we're gonna have, so 142 to 40, so it's still a good, actually good 50 pips away, so we can have we can get target that one. So let's go to the 1-hourly time frame and see if the price has some retracement. We can get onto the long side. Let's see, so it's half an hour before this candle is closed. The only potential I see is down to this zone in here. It's 141.62. 141.62. That's a bit far away, I'm afraid. That's a bit far away. Let's see if there's anything else. what else we have? So we have this. No, the prices. Yeah, this area looking pretty strong. 141. The next retracement zone I see is 141.62 zone, which is as we can see if we go down to a bit further down. This zone is decent. There's loads of price action going on in here, so there's a lot of price action, and also comes with this spike high here and up to this area as well. So there's a good chance for this one to find a support and then continue shooting up. The only concern is it's a bit far away as of the short-term trading, so it might take a couple of hours if the price is going to decide to retrace down that far. So if it does that, we do not want to see strong bearish candles. Like something like this one is a definite no-no. So if we see like the candle coming down this like that one, and maybe let me just draw it better. So let's say if the price maybe pushes up a bit higher, and then on the next hour we see something like this candle, this bearish candle, I would be definitely not getting onto the long side, and I'm going to be observing, see what the price is going to do. So ideally it's going to do it in next 2 hours. So let's say the price closed and then come down like this in for like 2 or 3 candles, but anything strong moves, and down to this zone, then I'm going to look for the entry on this area, which I said is 141.62 or 141.60. Let's call it 141.60 just to simplicity, round it up. And as of the stop loss, we will be looking at 25 pips stop loss. So we're going to position our stops at 25 pips, so down to here. So 25 pips stop loss, and we're going to target the 4-hourly highs, which was at 142.40. So 25 pips stop loss, and we're going to make about 80 pips gain. So which is good as the risk reward goes, more than 1 to 3 risk rewards. So that's pretty good. So that will be it for the for that. Okay, the question: would you say overall long term or too much trading down or up? If you let me know which currency you're referring to. I just saw your message. So if you just let me know, Inter Digital. So if you let me know what currency you're referring to, was it the last one, or I can't see, where did you? Yeah, if you just let me know on which currency you're referring to. If you are referring to US dollar Canada for the long term, let's see on the long term. Yeah, for the long term, the US dollar Canada, it does looking strong towards upsides. However, there's a caution. Oh no, it has not taken out. As of the overall big trend, I would be looking, because I do suspect that the price wants to come up and take out this spike low. It attempted in here, but it failed to do that. It just got pretty close, but it failed to take out this spike high. So I do think that the price might want to come up, take out this spike high, and already this one as well, before it probably collapses down. So there's a good amount of pips if the price decides to come up and take out this spike low. So generally, price does like to come back and take out either one of the highs. This is a monthly high as well, so there's a good chance the price gonna do that, and from there to the that high is, so we're sitting at right now, let's say 14200, and this one is at 14700. So it's a good 500 pips as of the very long term. So this is the monthly time frames, and I do suspect that it might want to do that. For now, it's looking strong, and as of the weekly, looking good. So far, looking good. It can of course change, but as of my bigger view is towards upsides and potential to take out that monthly high on which I just showed earlier. Okay, so USDCAD. So yeah, as I said, my bigger view is towards upside and potentially taking out that monthly high. And yeah, for now is that, and after that it's just more observation. I can't really go any further than that, but this is a good potential for this one to go to that high and taking out. So it's looking about good 500 pips, which is for the swing trade. Make sure you use, depending what strategy you use, but make sure you use a higher time frame to get onto the trade and give it maybe a wider stop loss, rather than just give it a 15, 20. I've come across a few traders, they have 10 pips stop loss when they do swing trading, which usually doesn't work out. I had a few cases they do work out on a 15 pip stop loss, which gives you a huge risk reward, but on a bigger as of the many trade goes in the next 50 or 100 trades, generally it's 10-15 stops is not enough for the swing trading. Maybe like 50 pip stop loss. Most likely going to be discussing on my weekly forex analysis for the swing trades, probably down to the end of this week, about Saturday, and analyze the USDCAD. Does looking interesting. I'm waiting for the few things to come across, see how how it's gonna perform in the next couple of days for the US dollar Canada. So that will be it, guys. So this is going on about 35 minutes already. It's more than I wanted to keep it short, and I've been saying that for the last couple of days, but as we can see, does not really work out. So this was it, and I'm making this live daily forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So make sure to hit the subscribe if you want to. If you want to give like the questions as of on the chats, then I can interact with you on live. And also, if you want me to analyze like any other currencies, you just can let me know. And yeah, as I said, I'm making this live daily forex analysis 8 a.m. UK time, Monday to Friday. So that will be it, guys, for now. I'm gonna sign out, and I will see you tomorrow on the daily forex analysis at 8 a.m. UK time. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like. It does really helps me to support my channel, and also good motivation for me to make good videos in the future. So have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And let's sign out.